What's going on, guys? Slay by Blade here, and the last time I did a little commentary about something painful that I experienced in my childhood, everybody seemed to enjoy it a good bit. Even though I'm not sure if it hit all the sub boxes, I think a good amount of people saw it, and everybody seemed to enjoy that. So I figured I'd do another one because I've had a couple traumatic experiences in my life, like I told you guys. Even though it's nothing like scarring or anything, but well, I don't know. That's ironic because I do still have the scars, but it wasn't mentally scarring, I guess. But the next one I wanted to tell you guys about was I was playing basketball at my friend's house. Like, I used to love to play basketball up until recently when I don't know, it stopped being fun whenever everything became incredibly competitive. And I guess that's another way of saying I didn't win too often. But different story, different day, I guess. And from that, I love playing basketball. So I always wanted to be able to dunk. And this was like when I was really young. And to this day, I can't dunk, but, no big deal. I just, every kid wants to be able to do, like, the best thing that you can do whenever you're playing that sport, I guess. And dunking was always something I was like, oh, I wish I could do that. So we're playing basketball, and it's just like, I live in a neighborhood, like I told you guys in the last one, CoD, dangerous. So, you're around people in my neighborhood. We were just, like, crazy. We did just stupid stuff, and it was awesome. Like, had a great time. I'll never forget most of the stuff that we did, but it was a bad idea, and this one, just like all the other ones, was probably a pretty bad idea. And kids used to skateboard a lot in my neighborhood, so we had skateboard ramps, and I was like, I'm going to learn how to dunk. And by learn how to dunk, I mean lay a skateboard ramp right in front of a basketball goal, and I'm going to run up it, and I'm going to dunk. And at the time, I didn't really anticipate how high in the air I was going to be after running up a skateboard ramp and dunking. So, I do it. Like, I run up the skateboard ramp and I jump up and I did it. I managed to dunk it, but I was so high up, I grabbed onto the rim and I didn't let go. And I was looking down and I realized how high I was, and I was like, I'm not letting go of this thing. Somebody's gonna have to let me down. But it wasn't exactly like the most high-end basketball goal, I guess. It's just one of those ones that you fill up with water at the back or whatever. Just like unscrew the top and you fill it with water to weigh it down. And there wasn't any water in it. I don't know whose idea that was, but they were just like, yeah, we'll just kind of like half put this thing up in our yard. and I mean, it's my own fault though. Still, I was stupid enough to try this, but it didn't have any weight on the other side, so the basketball goal tilts backwards. And I'm falling head first into the ground, and it slams my head into the ground, and I black out. Like, I mean, it knocked me unconscious for a couple seconds. I don't really remember what happened, but when I woke up, my hands, obviously I'd been holding on to it. The rim slammed down into the ground, and my hands, like, fortunately, I didn't, cut my fingers off, which I guess in retrospect it definitely could have. But there was, no skin on my hands. Like, it just, slammed me into the ground, and all the skin got torn off my hands. And everybody's, flipping out. A couple people are laughing because they didn't realize how bad it was yet. And then when they saw my hands, everybody starts freaking out. And my friend Joseph, he runs down to my mom's house, and I don't know why I said my mom's house, but my mom and my dad got them both, and they came up to that house because I was in my friend's yard, and they got me and they took me to the hospital because it was pretty bad. And I found out that my wrist was sprained and all the skin was torn off my hand, so they had to just bandage it up and stuff like that. And I was looking at my hand because I still have the scars on my knuckles where the rim slammed it into the ground. But what was the worst part about it, being in the hospital, was the rim slammed my knuckles into the ground, and all the skin's torn off right there, and that's where most of the gravel had gone into my hand, because that's where the high point of it slamming my hand into the ground. And the nurse there was so rough, she took a Q-tip and it went inside these holes that were in my hand. And that sounds disgusting, because it was she was swabbing the hole in my hand, just trying to get the gravel out, but she wasn't being gentle about it at all, and it was awful. Thinking about that still, it's just gross, because you picture something just going through your finger. Ugh, it was really bad. Really bad. And another thing that I was thinking about after it happened, this came to my mind way later, the idea of, had I been dunked it and been cocky or whatever and pulled my head above the rim and then it had tilted back, it could have decapitated me, which is a really scary thought. And you wouldn't even be hearing this commentary right now unless I guess it just throat chopped me or something like that. But honestly, I think I'd be dead if that had happened. So that's a pretty weird thought. But yeah, that's just another gruesome story from when I was younger. You guys can tell, if you guys saw me, you'd probably think I'd be all scarred up or something. But I'm it's not too bad now. They've healed up pretty good. They're my hands just a little, my knuckles have just scars on them. It's kind of weird. That's all I have to remember that by though. But that was definitely a pretty bad one. And Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to tell you guys that one just because I thought it was pretty interesting too. And also, I'm just trying to get some more commentaries and stuff like that up because it's kind of cool talking to you guys like straight through the microphone. So, also on that note, you guys, I'm gonna try and do another Q&A video. I know I said I was gonna knock out that part 2 way back, but I don't feel like I have enough questions to make a whole video. So if you guys want to inbox me something, it can be funny, it can be serious. I don't really care. A cool thing would be to do some would you rather questions. Those are always fun. So I think that would make a good video too. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And you guys take it easy. Peace.